and I'm so excited. Everyone, this is Jill from Violet and Moss. I know you've seen her beautiful work on Instagram.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone that is joining us. How are you doing today, Jill?
I am doing great. Excited to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. And everyone, I'm going to be linking below. If you're not familiar with Jill's work, I will link her, not only her page here on Instagram, but also her Etsy shop, where you can take a look and see her beautiful creations. Just gorgeous, one of a kind, like all my creators that I invite here on the platform. So Jill, let's open it up. And if you could just share a little bit about yourself with our viewers.
Well, I'm a stay-at-home mom, although my kids are mostly raised. I have one in high school and about to graduate, and another in college who lives at home, and then I have my oldest lives in Taiwan. So I have some time on my hands, so I love to do paper crafts, and that's how I got started with Violets and Moss. Is when I also used to homeschool, and when I'd have breaks in the day and they were doing their school, I would paper craft. So that that's me. I Yeah, that's about it.
Terrific. Terrific. Yes, I know you had posted that you were so excited when you made the arrangements to go to Taiwan. So that's wonderful. And your creations are so unique. I've never seen anything like it before.
Oh,
Can you just let us know a little bit about the origins of Violets and Moss, how it got started?
well, I used to make T-shirts. I used to dabble on with vinyl and stuff like that, and it was just it never was very exciting. So that sort of fizzled out, and that was fine. I love just being with my family, and then I used to lead a little flowers group in our church, and I really got into paper crafting at that time, making decorations. And that spread into making decorations for our church, for different socials. I make the table decorations for the Epiphany party and cupcake toppers. And then one day I was asked to make centerpieces for a St. Joseph celebration. And I was just racking my brain thinking about what could I make that would be suitable. And then it just like popped in my head. I sort of see the little shrines as a sort of like the wayside shrines in Europe. And it just made me think of St. Joseph. And so at being a carpenter and doing construction, working with wood, and I thought, oh, that's perfect. And so I made like 20 of these paper shrines to give as the table decorations. Well, that was the year of the pandemic, and we're all set for the party, and then it got canceled. And so they sat in my attic for a year. But that's how I got started. People loved them. And while we sat around doing nothing during the first couple months, I started to make other shrines, and I was encouraged to open up a shop. And that's how Violets and Moss came about. They just brought me so much peace when I was working on them that I said, I want to share this with other people.
And what saint inspired you? Because I just love it. My daughter, when I told her that I was going to be talking with you and I mentioned the name of your business, she said, Mom, I just love that name.
Uh-huh. It's a quote by Saint Therese, and while I cannot quote it right, it was something. It's something about how other people can be the lilies and the roses, and she was happy just being a violet. At the feet of Jesus, and that's me, right? I don't need a lot of publicity or anything. I'm fine just sitting in my workshop making my shrines.
So beautiful, so beautiful. And yes, we all should feel that way. You know, we all have our talents. We all have our hidden gems that we can offer God, that we can offer Jesus, that we can offer Mary. And I love the fact that on your site you have so many different types of creations. You have mini shrine cards. You have specific to the different seasons, Lent and Easter. So I was excited to see those. But I'm going to go ahead, Jill, at this time, and I'm just going to offer the platform to you so you can start showing our audience
Okay.
your beautiful work.
Okay. Well, thank you. I wanted to start off with my most favorite one. It is the Blessed Sacrament Shrine, and if you can see it, I thought it was perfect for those times when I couldn't get up to church, just to feel the presence of Jesus. What I love about this one is I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but the embossed roof that I have on it. So each one of these shrines comes with a battery operated candle. And if you turn it around, you'll see there's a back flap, and you can pull it down and you can put the battery operated candle in there, close it up. And if you turn it around, you'll see that it lights up. And I don't think it does really well in a camera, but it just gives the most peaceful feeling just when you're sitting there and you spend time with Jesus praying. And I know when I have it lit and I'm sitting there making my shrines, it just helps me stay feeling at peace. So this is the Blessed Sacrament Shrine. And what's great about these is that each one can be personalized. On this back panel, if you would like a message written for your loved one or whoever you're giving this to, if you're giving it for a sacrament, say a First Communion, this one is really popular with First Communions. But you could have the person's name and the sacrament and the date that the sacrament is received there. Or if you have a special scripture that you would like put on there, there's a place on Etsy when you're checking out to add personalization. And believe it or not, I can fit quite a bit on there. So that's always an option. It's available free of charge. So this one is my absolute favorite. And I have a couple of the Blessed Sacrament ones in my shop.
You know, it's just
I know.
when I first saw your design, I thought, oh, that is so beautiful. That's made of wood. You know, that was my first impression. And I'm sure a lot of people who are watching may be thinking, you know, it looks so, and obviously it is very sturdy. It's actually perfectly made.
Thank you.
The detail, and like you had explained on your Etsy shop, creating one of these pieces, and we see that takes hours and hours. It's very, very precise work, but you do it so beautifully.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I make it very clear in the first sentence of every description that it is made out of paper, because I've had a couple people order it by mistake thinking it was wood, and they were so disappointed, and I feel so bad. But I've made it very clear these are made out of paper, and while they are sturdy, they are paper. So yeah, they are quite involved making. Between 2 and 3 hours to make each one. I usually
that's all. Oh my gosh, I mean, I'm sure obviously you've perfected your craft over time. The first ones, you know, like I'm a crafter too, so the first few dozen may not. You know, you're it's a process. You're trying to learn the do's and the don'ts. But I love the fact that a lot of your pieces have a a flower front. It's a little a bouquet of flowers
Yes.
right underneath the picture.
Yes. 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 Here's another one. I know you showed this in one of your stories. The Sacred Heart, which is perfect for Valentine's Day. But yes, it's got the little flower box in the front of each one, and most of them are cream or off white. Our Lady of Guadalupe, she has red flowers, and one of Saint Teresa's, she also has red flowers. Just because they just work. A few of them might have pink as well. It's what looks best. I just have so much fun with it.
And you know what?
So,
To people watching out there, let's try to bring in, can you imagine having several of Jill's pieces and changing them out throughout our liturgical seasons? How,
oh,
we're talking about theology of the home. Wouldn't this be perfect? And like I said, you have so many categories, and we have so many saints, we have so many special feast days.
oh,
So this is a great to bring it into your home and display it and honor those special occasions within our church.
well, exactly. And and while to do the regular size shrine, to be able to have more than one, that's wonderful. But I know in today's economy, that's not always possible, and that is one reason I started creating the small keepsake mini shrine cards, which can be mailed with a regular postage stamp. So they fold flat, and then they pop up, and they've got the embossment in the back. And what's wonderful is I make them for each of the monthly devotions. So a person could buy one for each month and then just tuck it away at the end of the month and get out the next one for that month's devotion. So they're wonderful. I mean, because they're a good size. You can put it on a windowsill or display it on your prayer table. And you can change them out.
You're exactly, easy to change out, easy to store, because a lot of us don't
Yes.
have a lot of room and space.
Yes.
So I love that fact that you're able to have such a variety of them and just keep interchanging them.
Oh, exactly. So that was one of my when I was thinking about it, I was like, because I don't have tons of storage space in my house, and so as the shrines start filling it, I'm like, let's think of another way we can make it more affordable and for people with smaller places. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. What other items do you have to show us today?
Oh, well, I have lots of cards and lots of shrines, but I also make spiritual bouquets. And I started making spiritual bouquets because I wanted to send one to a friend. And I thought, oh, this flower is so beautiful, and this flower is so beautiful, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to pick for the bouquet. And I thought, well, I want them all. So this was my very first spiritual bouquet, and it's an album. And so let's take this off. Um, you open it up, and it has different different cover on each page, but then inside are tags. And if you can see, there's a place where you can just write the number of prayers that were said. This one was for the decades of the Rosary, and they were a hit. But then I decided to get even more into our faith, and I made a spiritual bouquet for the Sacred Heart. And instead of using flowers, each image on the tags is an image of an old vintage holy card of the Sacred Heart. So each one is different. Like again, each page is different. But then you can see we have various images of the Sacred Heart. And what's wonderful,
Etsy,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I notice on your Etsy shop site of this particular item, you have an option for labeled or unlabeled. Can you explain the difference?
Yes, yes. So, let's see. So, the cards for the Sacred Heart that I have, it's unlabeled. So down here, you could record your own prayer or what you're planning on doing for that person. Um, this one, it shows down here, it's labeled. So the decades of the rosary, and then you would just number it. I know that some people have their own idea of what they want to do for a spiritual bouquet, and that's why I said, hey, let's offer some unlabeled ones. Other people just have no clue what they should be doing for a spiritual bouquet, and that's why, excuse me, I do offer it labeled as well.
Terrific. Terrific. Yes. Thank you for explaining that. And you know, you're speaking, what touches me is the vintage, because if anybody follows me, I'm a member of the Militia Immaculata. And so every day I try to post an image of Our Lady using a vintage image.
Oh,
And I'm drawn to that. I think it's so unusual and beautiful. So I really encourage everyone, when we're finished with our conversation here, please go to, I will link it below, Violets and Moss, so you can see that real up close look at all these items and the detail and the beauty and uniqueness of each one.
thank you. Thank you. I do. I'm truly drawn to the beauty of our faith through the imagery of the old holy cards, and I just think our faith is so beautiful as it is, and then to be presented with so much beauty in the older holy cards, it's just, I don't want them to get lost, and so that's why I like to incorporate them in all of my work.
And this, as you mentioned, the other items too, this can be mailed to, the postal service.
Oh, sure.
The
The spiritual bouquets make it really easy. I mean, even my shrines, they get delivered easily. But right, the spiritual bouquets are easy. Can stick it in it comes in a small box that would be suitable for gifting, or just stick it in a little bag and mail it off. But and the cards, like I said. I send out lots and lots of these cards, and I just use a forever stamp, and I never have any problems with it, which is wonderful because I know it's a pain. I have to go to the post office. I have to figure out what the postage is going to be, and it's nice to be able to just slip a stamp on it and stick it in the mail, right? Make it easy.
And these items, these cards, for instance, make such unique gifts themselves.
Yes.
These are so different, and of course it's bringing our faith, a meditation. We can put this in our prayer spot, or make a prayer spot or a prayer altar.
Yes.
To share that in 2024. If you're thinking about how to grow closer to Jesus, how to grow closer, the connection that we have with all the angels and saints, our Blessed Mother, make a little shrine, a little area, a little altar, and you can put these beautiful items, such as Jill is showing us. Now, you have a special category for Lent and Easter, so I'm excited to see. Do you have any?
I do. I have my Lent and Easter cards because I'm so excited about them. I stepped on my hard drive over the summer and lost all of my work, and it was very, very sad. But what it did do was force me to have to redo everything, and so I have a really beautiful new collection of cards. So this one is perfect for Lent. A picture of image of Jesus praying in the garden, and with the purple color, I thought it was just perfect for the Lenten season. But then for Easter, This one is one of my latest ones.
So
And I just,
could you describe it a little bit? If someone's having a little difficult time to see the detail, what is the image?
the image, it is, of course, the Lamb of God. Um, and it says, the Lamb that was slain is worthy to receive power and divinity and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and benediction. And then the scrapbook paper that I used, it's just so spring-like, with daffodils and spring flowers. And then on the back, it's just Happy Easter. And once again, inside, the back panel has been embossed with pink paper, which just helps it to pop some more.
And the neat thing, when you go to Jill's Etsy shop, Violets and Moss, I love how she has images, of course, of all the different angles, all the different sides, and she has a little video that really shows you the way it folds, the way
Yes.
it, all of those details. I invite you to go and check that out because you will be in awe.
Well, one thing is, I am not a photographer, and and that is one skill I wish I had, because I see some sites that just their colors just pop, and I'll have a beautiful card and I'll think, oh, I can't wait to photograph this and get it up on my site, and then I take my pictures and I go, that's not as good as I wish it would be. So that's too sad, but yes, I think the video helps to share. So here's a picture of the risen Christ. And the papers I use, the accent papers, are white. So it's a little hard to see the embossed white behind here. And once again, on the back, I have Happy Easter. And so there's still a little space to just write a short message to someone. But it's wonderful because then it can be displayed, because we know Easter's not just one day. But you can have it out for the entire season of Easter. So
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, and your artistic eye, I just love it. The color combinations, like you said, that you use, and the patterns that you choose with a particular image. And I'm one that I love different kinds of fonts. So I love your font choices and your phrases that you have on the cards. They're beautiful.
Well, thank you. Most of the time, if it is a short prayer, a lot of them come from the original Holy Card themselves. But I am obsessed with scrapbook paper. I just think, I see it and I just I add it to my collection. I love scrapbook paper, and I always think, oh, I could make it I'll have to make this. I'll have to do this. So I have that
new ideas, right? It spurs you on. You'll never, ever, Jill, run out of saints.
Oh,
right.
Well, that's it. Yes, and that is that. Having the shop is wonderful, and I can't stress enough that I love to do custom work as well. So a lot of times you won't see a saint in my shop, but if you just send me a message and say, hey, could you do so and so, or hey, I would like this saint but in these colors, I am more than happy to give it a shot. As long as I can find an image of that saint in my Holy Card collection or in the public domain, I'm more than happy to do it. No additional charge. I love if you give me a saint, usually if I can find more than one image, I start by saying, okay, here are a few choices. Which one do you like the best? And then after that, then I will do some mock-ups for the person. I'll say, these are the colors that would look best for it. And then they say, okay. And then I'll email them or message them a few choices. And usually we can find one from those choices. And if not, I'm more than willing to send some more ideas. And then, and after that, I ask them what they'd like for the little banner on the front, the little aspiration. And then voila, I can make it. It usually takes 1 to 3 days to send out an order. But also what's great is that I can also do like here's Our Lady of China. And if you notice, it's in the traditional Chinese characters.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone has another language that they would like, a special, like if you'd like it in Spanish, all they need to do is actually send me the wording in another language, and I have no problem making it up for them.
Fantastic. Talk about really custom made. Where else out there are you going to have a personal designer creating,
Yes.
To your liking, to your wishes, to custom make and add these personal intentions on items? So I really know that everybody watching is appreciative of the you can't go into any other store to find this unique collection. They're just,
Well,
and have that one-on-one with the designer to say, you know what, can you tweak it a little bit?
oh,
And you're happy to.
yes, and it's great for confirmation. Think about the choices our kids make for confirmation. Sometimes they just choose the most unique saints, and you go to buy something for them, and you go, "Oh, there is nothing for this saint." And like I said, as long as I can find the image, and that is a service not only for the big shrines, but also for the mini ones for the cards. Now this one I made for confirmation, and it has congratulations on the back. But I could also make a confirmation card for them for their saint, which is a wonderful keepsake for anyone going through confirmation.
Fantastic. Oh, wonderful. Do you have any more items to show us before we sign off?
Oh gosh. Well, so those are the 3 categories for my shop right now. We've got the big shrines, we have the mini keepsake shrine cards, and then we also have the spiritual bouquets. The Sacred Heart has a special place in my own heart. And so I wanted to share, I'll share with you this one has been popular since I made it, is another Sacred Heart shrine that I made.
Are you able to pull that a little closer to the camera, Jill, so we could get more of an idea? And maybe are you able to light it up? So maybe that will help the image to be easier to see. Because your work is just gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So as we're heading into the month of February, everyone, don't forget, wouldn't this be not only a fantastic addition to your theology of the home, but also a fantastic gift? So think about that. Think about the fact if you have upcoming birthdays or anniversaries, weddings.
Oh, yes.
First communions. I mean, think about how this unique product is going to just be something that somebody's going to cherish forever, because it's one of a kind.
I get lots of orders for gifts. The Holy Family is popular for weddings. I have a couple beautiful Holy Family ones available. But you're right, First Communion is a big time. Now, to let your viewers know, I will be out of the country for the month of March. which isn't very good when it comes in terms of Easter. uh, Great for me, but not good for people. Have to think ahead if they want to order for Easter and even maybe early First Communion. So I'll be in Taiwan visiting my son. And so if you want to order for Easter, I encourage you to order before I leave, because I will not be back till back in my shop till April 8th. So I'm gone February 27th through April 8th.
Yes, yes. Yes, there's a reminder on your page at your SC shop of that. So,
Yes.
yeah, get in your orders. And I encourage you, like I said, I'll be linking below your site so everybody can get that up close and personal look at all your one-of-a-kind creations. I have been so blessed to share you with my audience today. So I thank you so much, Jill.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. This is the first interview I've ever done online, and you made me feel very comfortable. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You did marvelous, marvelous. So God
Thank you.
bless. Have a wonderful, safe, happy trip,
Thank you.
and just reach out to me, because I'm sure you can certainly come back to my page anytime and show any new creations that you might have, maybe in the spring or summer. We'll look out for that.
Wonderful, wonderful. I plan on just continuing to bring in new creations. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for watching. God bless, and have a wonderful day.